So keep the momentum going forward in dark and gloomy days. A famed philosopher, Los Maximus Dogibus, once said, "Laughter will bring light into any room." So to facilitate, what is it?
Felicitate.
I will call upon our joke master who will entertain us with a joke. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Mark.
Good morning, Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Toastmaster Carlos, and to our guests. Thank you for being here. Just want you to picture it. February 14th, 2013, here in Pensacola, Florida. Got it in your head?
It's in my head.
Okay. Well, this beautiful elderly couple whose name is Carrie and Henry. They've been married for a long time and they love each other very, very much. But of course they're getting old and getting older in years, and there are just some things that they're having problems with physically. So they were having some memory issues and they decided to go to the doctor and see what he could do to help them, with their memory. So the doctor suggested to them to just start writing everything down. Make sure you write it down before, if you say something, just write it down. So a few days passed and the couple was watching TV and Carrie said, "Gosh, Henry, I certainly would like a bowl of ice cream." So he agreed, "Fine, no problem, honey, I'll go get it for you." And she said, "Well, don't forget what the doctor said. We have to write everything down." He says, "Well, I'm just going into the kitchen, so it's a short trip. I'll be right back, no problem." So after a few minutes passed, Henry came back with a nice big plate of bacon and eggs. Carrie was like, "I knew you would forget the toast."
That was good. I didn't see that one. All right, now we come to a very important part of the meeting. We have a speaker today. Yay!
Felicitations.
I'll go with that. Today we have Toastmaster Mark. Mark will. This is a speech he gave last week at the Downtown Club, which he's also a member of, and he wound up with the fact that he used no notes. Today, instead of giving us the exact same speech, Mark is going to reveal how he gave the speech with no notes and program us so we can do the same thing. Please help me welcome Mark in his speech, the 5 characteristics of people who have mastered the art of blank.
All right, thank you. Back just a little bit. Thank Toastmaster Carlos, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. Last week was fun. I went through this speech, and it came out of a book, and I got up there, and basically I did the same thing. I moved this back, and I went through these 5 characteristics, but I stood in front of everybody, and I remembered them all off the top of my head. So what I'm going to do today is teach you how I remembered these 5 characteristics without notes. And here's the thing, I'm going to actually program into your head, so you'll never forget this. I can come up to you 10, 20, 25 years from now, and maybe with just a little bit of prodding, you're going to remember these characteristics. Okay, now that kind of freaks some people out, so if you think you don't really want me to program into your head something, okay, just ignore me, whatever. whatever you want to do, because I guarantee you're going to remember these 5 characteristics. Now there's also going to be a prize if you figure out before I get to the end what the art of blank is. Now here's the rules. You got to raise your hand if you think you know, and I got to recognize you, and then you get one chance. So if you're not right, you don't get to try again. But I do have a prize sitting in my bag for the person that figures it out first. All right, 5 characteristics. I don't have any notes. You don't see any notes on me, but they are on me. Okay, everywhere I go, I bring my body. Everywhere you go, you bring your body, right? There's something called a body list for memory. And we start at the ground. So the first part of your body touches the ground. Look at your toes. So look at your toes, not my toes. Simon says, look at your toes.
Can't see my toes.
Simon says, look at my toes.
Got my shoes out.
Simon says, look at your toes again. Look at my toes. Oh, you guys are good. All right, now, I know for some of you this is going to be hard because you haven't used your imagination in a long time. Well, y'all taking notes? I don't have notes. You don't need notes. No notes. I forgot to put that out. No notes. Look at your toes. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that everybody has 2 big toes, right? I don't have any toe amputees here or anything. All right. Picture that your toes are eyeballs. Look at your toes. You can wiggle them a little bit. They are eyeballs. But they're not just regular eyeballs. They're eyeballs with freaking lasers coming out of them, okay? Can you imagine that? Can you see that in your mind? That you have toes that are eyeballs with freaking lasers. I know this is crazy. This is crazy. This is number 1. Number 1 is toes, and the toes are eyeballs with lasers. Okay? Freaking lasers. Very good, excellent. Yes, I do encourage you to, I will kind of ask questions, and you can repeat. So, what is number 1? Toes. And your toes are? Eyeballs with freaking lasers. Excellent, okay. Number 2, we move up the body, your knees. Everybody has 2 knees here, correct? All right, now imagine that you have ears growing out of the sides of your knees. And then right between your knees with the ears, you've got like this little rubber band. So when you move your knees, it makes a mouth and it goes rock, 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 rock. And it's really difficult. You gotta move your knees. It's strange. I know it's crazy, but that's the way it works. So I've got 2 ears and a mouth, and that's number 2. So my knees are 2, and I have, what do I have growing out of my knees?
Ears.
Ears, excellent. And number 1 is?
Toes.
Toes, and my toes are?
Eyeballs.
Eyeballs with freaking lasers. Okay, we're going to move up from the knees. Number 3 is the muscle on your thigh. Okay, muscle. Say muscle.
Muscle.
Muscle. Number 3 is muscle. All right, now picture yourself at a petting zoo, and this female sheep keeps coming up and it keeps biting your muscle on your thigh. Okay, and this sheep, when you look at it, it's got this purple bonnet on its head with yellow letters that say Val, V-A-L. Okay, V-A-L. Purple bonnet, it's a sheep, it's biting on your thighs, and that's number
3.
3. Okay, excellent. So number 3 is the muscle, and you got a sheep biting on your thigh with a bonnet on its head that says Val. Number 2 was your knees. And what's growing out of your knees?
Ears.
Ears. Excellent. So now we're going to move up the body again. Your rear. Everybody touch your rear. Carlos, don't touch anybody else's rear because I know that's what you want to do. Okay. So the number 4 is your rear. And what I want you to picture is over the years, I've gotten all these credit cards. And I keep stuffing them into this wallet that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's kind of, at this point, it's like a ball. So I have a ball of credit cards, and I put it in the back pocket where my rear is. So every time I sit down, though, it kind of hurts, and then I fall over. Okay? So just remember, you've got a wad of credit cards that makes a ball, and it's on your
Rear.
rear, and that's number
4.
4. Excellent. And number 3 was
Muscle.
muscle. Okay. And what was attacking your muscle? A
Sheep.
sheep. Excellent. All right. Number 5. How many of y'all remember the toy Stretch Armstrong? You grab, it was kind of rubbery. You grab the arms or the legs and you pull it, and it would pull really far. Okay. And it was made out of rubber, and it would, you'd let go and it would snap back and everything. And you'd grab the legs and the body. Pretend that you've got this Stretch Armstrong going. Wrap it around. Number 5 is your lungs, just your lung area. Okay? So you wrap Stretch Armstrong around you. And now, picture in your mind a person who was always pleasant, always smiling. Nothing ever ruffled them. They were always really, really friendly and pleasant. And put their face on that Stretch Armstrong doll. All right? Now, here's the thing. Whenever you start getting upset, that Stretch Armstrong, we'll call him Smiling Stretch Armstrong, is going to squeeze on your chest a little bit, on your lungs, and when you look down, they're going to smile. And just remind you that you need to be pleasant. Okay, so those are the 5 characteristics. Can anyone tell me now, show it, raise your hand, if you think you know what the art of blank stands for? Not yet? Okay, no problem. Let's go through this. So, number 1 was what? Toes. And my toes were eyeballs with
Lasers.
freaking lasers. Okay, first characteristic is focus on your audience. Okay, it could be an audience of 1, it could be an audience of many. But that is your first characteristic. Number 1, focus on your audience. The second characteristic, which was where? Knees. And what did I have growing out of my knees?
Ears.
Ears. There's an old saying, the good Lord gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, use them proportionally. Anybody heard of that before? Okay, so the second characteristic is to be a good listener. Because it's really hard to go. So if you just remember, listen first, talk very little, you're going to be in good shape on this art of blank. So are we still drawing blanks? All right, that's okay. So let's go to number 3, which was
Muscle.
muscle. And what was going on with the muscle?
Attacked by
Sheep. Who knows
attacked
what
by
the
sheep.
actual name of a full-grown female sheep is? It's a ewe.
You.
And what was on the bonnet? Val you. Val the ewe wants you to give them value. That's what you're trying to give your audience, is you want to give them value. All right, can you see how that, I mean, it's weird. I know you got a sheep. If you can remember, a grown female sheep is a ewe, value. Number 4 was where? Carlos's rear, that's right. And what was on our rear? What were we sitting on and calling a ball of credit cards, or a credit ball? Number 4 is to be credible. You need to be credible with your audience. Okay? Still waiting. I don't see any hands. You all are scared. Come on, someone give it a try. What do you think this is the art of? What do you think? Speaking? You're close. A little bit more than just speaking. What type of a speaker? Because that's what this manual is actually, I'm coming from, the speech came from. All right, we'll keep going. So number 4 was being credible. You had your ball of credit. And number 5 was what?
Stretch.
Lungs.
Lungs.
Okay, and what was on our lungs? Smile and Stretch Armstrong. And smile and stretch. Every time we start getting upset about what people are doing or saying, give us a little hug, smiles at us. So the 5th characteristic is to have a pleasant personality no matter what's going on. So pleasant personality. So those are the 5 characteristics. So what was the number 5 characteristic, the one we just said?
lungs.
What was the characteristic?
Pleasant.
Be pleasant. Number 4, what was the characteristic?
That was your
Be credible. Number 3, what was the third characteristic? Give them value. Number 2 was characteristic? Listen. And number 1 was
focus.
focus on your audience. So you have now found out the 5 characteristics of people who have mastered the art of persuasion. Persuasion. If you want to persuade people, if you want to be a salesman, if you want to sell a service, you want to sell a product, or mostly what we're doing here, you want to sell your persuade your ideas. These are the 5 characteristics of people who have been known to be very good at being persuasive. So, forward and backward. Number 1 was characteristic? Focus on your audience. Number 3 was?
Listen.
Value.
Simon says number 3. Number 5 was? Be pleasant. Number 4? Be credible. And number 2 was? Excellent. So not only do you know it forward and backward, but I can throw it at you anywhere in between, and you all will keep this in your mind for the next 25 years, because you have freaking lasers coming out of your big toes now. With that, I will turn it back over to Toastmaster Mark.